Hi guys, Ronnie here. Today I've decided to delve a little bit into a very sensitive subject because I got lots of requests from people considering some no brand name, cheap carbon frames, carbon wheels, carbon parts, and the problem in that is that many people don't realize that just because you're buying something that's made from carbon, it won't guarantee the properties that you would expect from another carbon product. For example, these MV SCS wheels cost roughly 4,000 euros, whereas a cheap set of carbon clinchers from China, AliExpress, whatever, could cost 500 euros or even less. The thing is that people don't realize that you can't get something for nothing. And just because those wheels are made from carbon, they can be made from the very same fibers and prepregs that make up these MV wheels. But, there's a very good reason why you're not getting the same performance and why you have to pay a lot more in order to get that. So a product, not just in cycling and not just in wheels or frames or whatever, is not only the material that it's made of. It has to be the design, the testing, the tolerances, the quality control, safety, repeatability, all that goes into making a product that actually in the end gives you some kind of performance. And that is why some people are considering these wheels, because they just want to have carbon for the sake of carbon without even really thinking about it. If you look at a lower price point, for example, this Trek-Amonda ALR, it's a frame that I really like and really like to recommend to my customers because it's a very high-tech aluminum frame that beats every single low-cost carbon competitor. And this is what I advise you to do. You have to look at the whole picture. You have to look at the performance that you're getting, the performance you're expecting out of a product, and not the material, because that doesn't guarantee the properties you're looking for. Same with the wheels. You can have carbon wheels, but that doesn't buy you the aerodynamics, the stiffness, the safety, the tubeless compatibility, whatever, every other aspect that goes into making that wheel and making sure it performs like it should. If you look at the higher echelon of bikes, you basically here, if you look at these race bikes, you only see carbon. But that's not because they are good, because they are carbon. It's because they can be made this good, this stiff, this light, this aerodynamic, this comfortable, because carbon allows that if you put enough energy and work and simulations and testing and everything into the design process. Without that, you just have a carbon frame that's going to be crap. And in my mind, or at least the way I see it, people don't realize that. So to sum it up, a carbon wheel is not good because it's made out of carbon. It's good because it has good performance, good properties, and those can but must not be the effect of using the material as carbon, because for example you can look at the head jet clinchers, which are faster than everything else apart from these MVs, probably the third, or well, a bit more than a third of the price, and still they're using an aluminum rim with just a carbon fairing that's not structural at all. So the wind doesn't care what it's hitting, even if it were made out of plastic. I think it would work just the same. So yeah, and for the frames, okay, on high-end race bikes, carbon is pretty much the only thing that comes into consideration. Yes, you can mention some really expensive, really high-end steel bikes and titanium bikes, but these may have one of the properties that you get in a carbon frame, but not all of them. So they're always going to be more expensive. They may have custom geometry, but I think on a road bike that's not necessarily a good thing, because these things have been evolving for decades and you can't really go all that's wrong with any modern bike's geometry in terms of handling and fit, whatever. That's why they don't really make so many sizes anymore and such, but that's a whole another topic. But you can't get the same stiffness, aerodynamics, comfort, whatever. You can't get all in a metal frame at the moment. With the shift in technology, perhaps that's going to change in the future, maybe, or there is going to be another composite, another type of plastic, whatever, graphene, who knows. But yeah, these bikes are not good because they're made out of carbon. They are good because a lot of design has gone into using the properties of carbon the right way. And yeah, with these frames, as I said, just because it's aluminum, it doesn't mean it can't be carbon, or not just aluminum, any other frame material. You might imagine bamboo or whatever. You have to look at the whole picture. Okay, so this was a little thought process that has gone through my mind. I hope it helps you perhaps choose your cycling products in the future. And if you'd like to see more about these bikes in detail or some of the other bikes that I've done and built, then don't forget to tune into the channel and subscribe. It's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.